Starting in the back row this evening, your 2003 Max champion from Beverly, West Virginia, the 00H of Chuck Harper. Alongside of Chuck, the only two-time winner of the Max Series this year from Millersburg, Ohio, the 18F of Keith Burner. Starting 22nd, the all-time leading Max Series winner with 16 career Max wins from Elder, Pennsylvania, the 42 of Todd Andrews. Starting in the 21st spot in the 27Y from Sealands Grove, how about a nice hand for Jim Yoder. Starting 20th in the 21D from Thompsontown, had a great run in the B main, Dan Stone. Starting 19th in the 40D, he was the winner at McCain County when the Max visited there earlier this year, from Warren, Dutch Davies. Starting 18th, your 2003 Max Rookie of the Year from South Park, the 93X of Keith Barbara.
Now, let me interrupt for a minute. Would the people in the front please kneel down? The fans behind you can't see. Same thing up here. Please kneel down so everyone can see. Sorry, Dow.
All right, starting 17th in the 111 from Titusville, Robbie Blair. Your 16th starter from Corey, the 03 of Doug Eck. Starting 15th from Milton in the 27S, Bobby Stokes. Starting 14th in car 3 from Garland, they call him Slow Ride, David Scott. Starting 13th, the defending Fall Fest champion from Asheville, New York in the 28B, Dick Barton. Starting 12th from Punxsutawney in the 1P, Rod Phillips. Your 11th starter, after a strong heat race win yesterday from Rochester Mills, the 47 of Matt Gaston. Starting 10th, your 2001 Max champion from New Bethlehem, the 5B of Mike Blose. Starting 9th, another local driver from home in the 79, Dave Satterley. Starting 8th from Lebanon in the 119, looking for his second Max win, Jim Bernheisel. Your 7th starter, the State Line Erie Circuit champion this year from Waterford, the 1G of Rich Gardner. Starting 6th in the 22D after the big win at the Big Kahuna last week, Travis Dillman. Starting 5th from Grayson, Kentucky in the 4B, Jackie Boggs. Your 4th starter, Dog Hollow champion and 15-time feature winner this year, the 2S of Sam Stow from Charleroi. Starting 3rd, your fast qualifier yesterday from Zanesville, Ohio, the 75, the Bartman, Bart Hartman. Starting 2nd, the 1996 Fall Fest champion from Greensburg, the 19J, Davey Johnson. And starting on the pole, he took the big prize money Friday. He'll try to double up tonight from Bloomington, Illinois, the 9D, Billy Drake. Drivers, we need you to get in your cars. Good luck to all.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this? Stars and Cars of the Mid-Atlantic Championship Series. If you're not already on your feet, get up there now. Let's send them off with a great Challenger salute Fall Fest 9. At the cone, starter Ken Michaels with the green flag in his hand. Drake and Johnson on the gas, and the green is out. It'll be Johnson with the lead down the back straight. We're going to spin right off the bat. Bobby Stokes at the 27 over in turn 2. The caution is out. Aston and Phillips. Here they come again. The green is back out. Down the back straightaway, still side by side for the lead. Billy Drake and Davey Johnson into turn number 3 with Bart Hartman in third. Johnson leading lap 1. Hartman goes to the outside of Drake in turn number 1. Drake still second to Bartman third. Stow is fourth, and Boggs a close fifth. Here comes Bart Hartman rolling through the middle of 3 and 4 in the middle groove. We got a 3-car battle. It's Johnson, Hartman, and Drake. Boggs and Stow side by side for 4th and 5th. Drake back underneath Hartman for 2nd down the backstretch. Johnson by 5-car lengths your leader. The battle continues for 2nd. Bart Hartman to the outside of Billy Drake. Sammy Stow still 4th. Jackie Boggs 5th. Dave Satterley a very close 6th after starting 9th. Into 3, Hartman closes the gap on Johnson, as does Drake on the inside. Hartman back into 2nd, and he'll go to the bottom side of the racetrack in turn 1. And now pull alongside a race leader, Davey Johnson. Dave Satterley continues to challenge. Now he's up to 5th in the 79 cars. Hartman goes for the lead here in turn number 4. Hartman will lead lap number 6. Johnson 2nd and Drake 3rd down the back straightaway. Satterley 4th, Sammy Stow 5th, and Jackie Boggs is 6th. Sammy Stow back to the outside around Dave Satterley as that battle continues for 4th and 5th. Johnson now to the inside of Hartman. The battle for the lead continues in turn 3. It's Hartman by a car length into 3. Johnson pulls right up on the back bumper of Hartman again, exiting turn 2. Satterley now is up to 4th. At least he was down the backstretch. Dave Satterley has moved from 9th to 4th in 10 laps. Your leaders are half a straightaway behind the back of the field. Robbie Blair's another guy that's moved a long way in a short time. He started 17th. Up to about 8th already is Blair. Dan Stone trying to stay on the lead lap in car 21. Your leaders bear down on him in turns 1 and 2. Hartman to the top side, Johnson to the inside, down the back straightaway. Hartman, Johnson around down. Stone now. Billy Drake trying to lap the 21 car. Robbie Blair is picking him up and putting him down. Blair now into the top 5. Robbie Blair, who started 17th, has worked his way to 5th. Stow is 6th, Boggs is 7th, Blows is 8th, Gardner is 9th, and Gaston is 10th. Hartman and Johnson. Drake still 3rd and Satterley 4th. Johnson now back into the lead off of 2, but Hartman with the momentum goes back by Davey into turn 3 on the outside. Traffic ahead as they battle side by side for the lead exiting turn number 4. Into 1. Hartman in front, Johnson 2nd. Hartman able to use the car of Bobby Stokes sort of as a pick. Davey has to move to the outside to get by him. More traffic ahead for the leaders. Car off the pace is the 93X of Keith Barbara. Your Max Rookie of the Year slowing down. Trying to get that car to the pits with blue smoke billowing from behind it. Billy Drake blowing a lot of blue smoke in the 9 car. Billy Drake in the 9 car slowing down as Dave Satterley moves to 3rd. Drake with blue smoke streaming from behind his machine. Still Bart Hartman ahead of Davey Johnson as they continue to lap cars down the backstretch. They're a straightaway ahead of the 3rd place car of Dave Satterley. Drake still out there running his 4th. Blair is 5th. Boggs is now 6th. Blows is 7th. Style is 8th. Gardner and David Scott battle for 9th and 10th. We're 20 laps into Fall Fest 9. Hartman extended that lead out to about 10 or 11 car lengths on Johnson. Robbie Blair to the inside of Billy Drake to battle for 4th in turns 1 and 2. Robbie Blair moves to 4th, dropping Drake to 5th. Sammy Stow and Mike Blows having a good battle through 3 and 4. Hartman extends that lead now to a half a straightaway over Johnson. Dave Satterley 3rd, trying to lap the 1P of Rod Phillips. Right behind Satterley comes the 111 of Robbie Blair. Hartman working traffic in 3 and 4. 26 laps are down. We're past the 1/3 mark. Todd Andrews trying to stay on the lead lap in the 42. He is the last car on the lead lap. Bart Hartman's got some thick traffic ahead of him now. Andrews and Dan Stone. Still the lap car of Jim Yoder between himself and Davey Johnson. Robbie Blair now to the inside of Dave Satterley for 3rd into turn 3 as they work the back of the field. Blair down on the low side getting slowed down by Bernheisel and Keith Berner, and Satterley holds on to the 3rd spot. Now Davey Johnson's got cars side by side in front of him in 3 and 4. Hartman continues to lead. Johnson about a half a straightaway back in second. Satterley is third with Robbie Blair all over him there. Fifth would be the 9 of Billy Drake. Jackie Boggs still 6th. Sammy Stow 7th. Mike Blows 8th. David Scott 9th. And Rich Gardner and Dick Barton battle for 10th. Billy Drake is slowing down. Drake is slowing down on the backstretch. Jim Bernheisel to the pits in the 119. The caution is out for the... Oh, and Bart Hartman, your leader, hit him. Hartman, your leader, just ran into the 9 car of Billy Drake and goes to the pits. Drake had stalled on the back straightaway, and Hartman clipped. Dave Satterley alongside of Johnson. Satterley started 9th. Green is out. Johnson leads. Satterley goes to the top. Blair to the inside of that battle for second down the backstretch. Jackie Boggs is 4th and Sammy Stow 5th. Robbie Blair to second. Blair up on the curb there in the inside of that 4th turn. It'll cost him some. Five laps are down. The reliable painting. Whitler Enterprises, 19 of Davey Johnson ahead of the Buzzard Crawford, 111 of Robbie Blair. Dave Satterley still 3rd, Jackie Boggs 4th, and Sammy Stow 5th. Dick Barton is 6th. David Scott 7th, Mike Blows 8th, and Matt Gaston 9th. Doug Eck and Travis Dillon unofficially battling for 10th. Robbie Blair closing in on Johnson. Robbie running the very bottom of the racetrack through the turns. We're halfway. 37 laps to go. Off of turn 2. Blair pulls alongside of Johnson for a moment. In 4, they're side by side. It's still Johnson in front by car length. Robbie pulls alongside again off the 2 down the back straightaway. The battle for 3rd and 4th, a good one as well. Jackie Boggs to the outside around Dave Satterley. Blair shows his nose in front of Johnson. Davey beats him off a 2 down the backstretch to hold on to the lead for the time being. This is lap 41. Side by side, Johnson by just a fender. And now Robbie Blair takes the lead exiting turn 2 from 17th to 1st. And 42 laps. Boggs 3rd. Satterley 4th. Dick Barton out of 5th. Barton has come from 13th to 5th. First and second, almost a straightaway in front of the 3rd place car of Jackie Boggs. Laps to go. 30 laps remaining. Jackie Boggs trying to close ground on 1st and 2nd. He's making up some distance there between himself and Davey Johnson as Ron Phillips goes to the pits in the 1P car. Todd Andrews, who struggled earlier in this one, trying to break into the top 10 in car 42. They're starting 22nd. Johnson's gone back to the top side, trying to carry the momentum through 3 and 4. Blair hugging the rail again. Down the back straightaway, it's Blair by 2 car lengths. Johnson on the cushion. Blair, good exit at turn 2 that time. The lead grows by about 3 car lengths. Dick Martin now challenging Dave Satterley for 4th. 25 laps to go, 25 laps remaining. Traffic ahead of the race leaders here. In about another 2 or 3 laps, they'll be closing on the back of the field. Dave Satterley trying to hold off Dick Martin for 4th. Off a 2 down the backstretch, and Martin is up to 4th. He started 13th. Satterley, who was 2nd on the last restart, is now dropped to 5th. Jackie Boggs continues to try to close in on Robbie Blair and Davey Johnson. Johnson within a car length or 2. Boggs 3rd, Barton 4th, Satterley 5th. Scott 6th, Dow 7th, Blows 8th, Andrews 9th, and Harper 10th. Dan Stone goes to the pits in the 21 car. Blows and Stow get together down the back straightaway. They separate. Chuck Harper's able to get by both in the 00H. Less than 20 laps to go, less than 20 to go. Jackie Boggs continues to close just a bit on Davey Johnson, and Dick Barton has closed in on the top 3 as well, the defending Fall Fest champion. Told me up in the pits he was going to gamble on tires and go soft. It's working right now as he closes in on the front 3. Blair in traffic. Down on the low side of the racetrack. Around the 27 of Jim Yoder. Jackie Boggs and Dick Barton now not far at all behind the front 2 cars. It's a 4-horse race in turns 3 and 4. We get down to the final stages. Looks like we're going to have a good one. Robbie Blair, Davey Johnson, and now Jackie Boggs, just 3 car lengths behind Johnson. Traffic there, drivers racing for position. 15 laps to go, and Johnson takes the lead. Johnson with a burst off that 4th turn around Blair. Down the back straightaway, and Jackie Boggs to 2nd. Johnson trying to lap the 18 of Keith Berner. He goes by him and Jim Yoder down the front stretch. Robbie Blair back around Boggs for 2nd. Dick Barton to the inside of Boggs trying to take 3rd. Thick traffic ahead of the race leader. Johnson lapping Dutch Davies. Robbie Blair trying to keep in tow. Dick Barton now is closed on Blair. Barton to 3rd and running down Robbie Blair. Dick Barton and Robbie Blair side by side for second down the back straightaway. "11 laps to go." Johnson around the one of Rich Gardner. Lapping the 03 of Doug Eck, trying to. Robbie Blair trying to close back in. He's within 2 or 3 car lengths. Barton another 3 or 4 back in third. Boggs is fourth. Satterley still fifth. David Scott sixth. 9 laps to go. Dick Barton again is pulled right in on the back bumper of Robbie Blair. To the inside of Blair, he goes to second. Your defending Fall Fest champ is up on the wheel. Johnson won this race in 1996. Barton won it last year. No one has won Fall Fest back-to-back years. Six laps to go. Johnson has extended that lead. The reliable painting Beitler Enterprises 19. Hooking up on the inside of the racetrack. 5 laps to go. Johnson trying to lap Mike Blows. Lapping up into the top 10 now, your leader. Off of 3 and 4. 3 laps remaining. Dick Barton, 8 car lengths behind Johnson. Robbie Blair has dropped back a bit now in third. Jackie Boggs by himself in fourth. Dave Satterley is still fifth. David Scott is sixth. Todd Andrews 7th and Sammy Stow 8th, the last car on the lead lap. Coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go in Fall Fest 9. Davey Johnson protecting that inside line. Dick Barton making one last charge. Johnson trying to join Chubb Frank as the only 2-time winners of Fall Fest. Off of 4, the juice is loose. Davey Johnson wins Fall Fest 9. Dick Barton with a great run at the end of second. Robbie Blair third. Jackie Boggs fourth. Dave Satterley fifth. David Scott sixth. '79 of Dave Satterley, who was as high as second. Just 1 caution in the event. It'll make the drive home for the crew back to Baltimore a lot shorter tonight. Davey, of course, lives not far away in Greensburg. The crew makes the tow in from the Baltimore area. He won Fall Fest in '96, and he has won it in 2003. nice hand, folks, for your Fall Fest champion, Davey Johnson.
Dave, nice job. You know, I had the pleasure of seeing you win your very first race at the North Hills. I've interviewed you many times, but I don't think any of them as exciting as tonight. Hartman leads early, you get in the lead, around 42. Blair, he's a man on a mission. Were you saving the car? I mean, you were able to get him back on lap 60. Let's talk about the strategy.
Well, I was a little soft on tires. I know it was softer than Bart, so when Bart got past me, I couldn't race him real hard. He was pretty good, though, and Robbie was good, too, you know, and he got down on that bottom, and I just had to get down there a little farther, that's all.
But and he never went away. I mean, he was still a factor. And then Barton was in the mix, and I don't know if you obviously wouldn't know how close they were, but a really nice race. And one of the things I pointed out to the fans the other day, and I don't know how many of them picked up on it, 19 really is a 1J.
Yes, it is. Yeah, if you look real close at it, the 1J is in there.
You know, the weekend didn't start off very good for you, but what a nice way to wrap it up.
It was a good Friday, just a mishap with someone who doesn't know a whole lot about racing, I guess, and but hey, you know, we're gonna keep stroking at this, and we got next weekend at Bardstown, and looking forward to it. Thanks, and of course Dale, everybody reliable. Rodney, Bruce, he's not with us. Kevin, these guys work hard at this.
How about it, fans? Davey Johnson.